Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Hope you guys are having a great day today. Today is Friday, September 29th, and we are coming to the end of September, folks. The fall is here, the beautiful weather, no more hot weather, thank God. I don't have to see anybody with sandals and white socks. Folks, it is fall, and you know how much I love fall. And it's my favorite time of the year fall, spring, winter, and summer. Summer is my least favorite time of the year. I love summer because a lot of out stuff to do. I just don't like the heat. And for my business, actually, it's my busiest time of the year. So I love it for business wise, but not so much for personal wise. I'd rather have a little fall or rather to be nice and cool all year round, which would be really, really cool. Anyway, check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, and mostly dedicated to people like you. Thank you for taking the time and spending your lunch hour with us, or if you're watching it later on in the day. There's 5 different ways you can see the show. If you're watching us for the first time, the Tony Ocean Show Facebook page, the Mo Carrara Facebook page. We're on LinkedIn. We're on YouTube. We're also on Ocean's Pit Facebook page. And we're on X, which is formerly Twitter. So join us and please share the show and we'll have some fun tonight, folks, today. It's going to be great. I want to thank everybody who showed up last night at Pasta Mia in Bartlett for Girls Night Out. Pete Caruso and his family, they do this thing twice a month. And they have some purses and jewelry and half-priced bottles of wine. We were outside, so it was definitely a little chilly out there. For me, I loved it. For people, oh, it's too cold. Anyway, it was good, and thank you, Peter, for that. Jerry James, Double T, thank you so much. Nina, for coming out. Dave Zamel, Dave Antonelli, and the crew, thank you, guys. So it was a fun night. Anyway, it'll be the last time we're there until next year. And I think outside stuff, which I love in October and fall, because there's a lot of still concerts and stuff, and people going to pumpkin farms and stuff like that. And so I love the weather. So it was fun. Anyway, tonight we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Jerry Jams, and tomorrow we'll be at Taverna on Division in Melrose Park. It's 8 o'clock outside. It's supposed to be beautiful Saturday. So we're excited about that, folks, with Double T, Tony Toto. Folks, if you know about Taverna, voted the #1 patio, best patio in the suburbs. And they were just on Chicago Today, Greg and Jennifer and the staff there, folks, showing their great meal menus. And they've got one of the best dumplings in the city of Chicago. So congratulations to Greg and Jennifer and Taverna on Division tonight. Saturday will be there, 8 p.m. Let's get right to our sponsors, folks. Ace Hardware, Norwich, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville. Buy local, shop local. Ace is the place. Don't wait for their first snowfall to service your snowblower. We offer small engine repair tune-ups at their locations. Tune-up in a single-stage snowblower is just $105 plus parts. Check out the unique selection of fall and Halloween decor. That's our good friends of Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local. Ace is the place, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. Let's not forget our good friends also. You got to love Melissa and Jackie and Raffaello. Thank you guys so much for being sponsors this year. We really do appreciate it. We hope to have you continue support going into the new year. And we thank all our sponsors for making this all happen. Ocean's Pit. Let's go to Roy McCampbell, attorney at law, statewide practice lawyer. If you're looking for the right guy, Roy McCampbell, 708-275-4264. How about Deutsch Power Center? That's right, Deutsch Power Center, Great Lakes, servicing the construction and diesel industry in Chicago for the last 100 years. That's Deutsch Power Center, 224-276-6550. Tell Sal, tell him Tony O sent you. Deutsch Power Center. My wife's company, Laura Ocean Solutions, increasing profits while reducing credit card fees. You'll never have to shop again if you shop with Laura Ocean Solutions. All right, so it's a beautiful morning, a beautiful day. I'm ready for a good weekend. I hope you guys are ready for a good weekend too. Go out and celebrate, have some fun, get out, go do some stuff, which is very, very fun. All right, what do we got here? Richard. Yes, we're going to talk about that in 1 second. Great, the mounting, 90 that's passed away. Yeah, we'll talk about that too. Marty Malarkey, how you doing, buddy? Concierge from McCormick Place. My good friend Marty. Hope you're doing well. Roseanne Caputo. Patrick, how you doing? I just sent you a private message, Patrick. Hopefully we get Patrick. I want an Uber driver on. And Patrick said he drives. So I'm going to try to get Patrick on the show next Friday as a guest to talk to an Uber driver, because the CEO of Uber says he can't stay in the business. He says the people, the way they treat the Uber drivers, I'd like to get a firsthand tell story. So hopefully we'll get Pat on next Friday if he's available. Dennis, cream cheese on sour bread. There you go, buddy. Lake Geneva, how you doing? Kathy, Santa Barbara, California, double T. Nice job last night, brother. Albert, closing down the government. Yeah, it's all good. And that's because of the regime that certain people voted for. That's why we're having all this problem. Albert, how you doing? Daniel, Danny Nozak, look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Michelle, what's up, honey? Thank you for bringing Mama D the vegetable soup. You are a sweetheart, honey. Thank you for being a great friend. Patrick, you're available? Good. Send me your email address to my private message, and I'll tell you what you need to do. All right. So that's it. That's confirmed. We'll have Patrick Haig on next Friday. And then I think I'm trying to get Regina Karma and Phyllis Sahajas on Wednesday. They have a new booking agency that they're starting to book X. So I'd like to see what's going up with them. Jerry Jams, how you doing, pal? Great job last night. All right, so good things to talk about. Again, Nina, great seeing you last night. Mama D, folks, day by day, as we've been saying. It's almost 7 weeks in hospice right now, and still eating 3 meals a day. She has her good days. She has her bad days. But she's doing good. Again, thank you, everybody, for your prayers and your emails and your everything. I do appreciate that. We, the family, appreciate that from the heart. So thank you so much for that. All right, we just put the big poster out. Thank you, Phyllis Sahajas, for that. October 29th, folks, it's my tribute to Dean Martin. You know, I've been doing Dean Martin for a long time. But this show is going to be a little different. First of all, it's at the Des Plaines Theater. It's Sunday, October 29th. Directed, produced by Ron Onesti, and backed by Nick Sahajas Big Band. It's going to be stories, of course, of the great Dean Martin. It's also going to be songs, of course, special guests, oshows.com. It's a 3 o'clock in the afternoon show, so I'm sure it's going to be great with that. Ryan Lewis, great seeing you Wednesday, you and your family. All right, I just want to say we lost a very good friend just yesterday. And I seen him about a year ago in the fall or the winter time. Our good friend Gary Sarlo from A La Carte Entertainment. He came to Chicago Prime with Carl Doty. And I seen him a couple of times. He used to come to Chicago Prime and see me every now and then. And of course, Gary used to work over there at the Moretti's in Edison Park. Still did, but he was there when we used to do our concerts there once a month. Gary was a great guy, and he will definitely be missed. Our prayers go out to the Sarlo family, and to Jim Early and Billy McFall, of course, who was really close to Gary. And it's going to be hard when you lose a good friend. And Gary even came to my Man of the Year award party along with Jim Early and Yolanda and everybody years ago when I was Man of the Year for the government, National Italian Government, whatever. Anyway, so our prayers go out to Gary Sarlo, and I know Richard Hamlin knew him too, and everybody from A La Carte. So Dennis is up in heaven now with his brother, and April, thank you, Jerry. It was April we seen him. So April we seen Gary at Chicago Prime. I have been missing a lot of your shows, been busy, Dan's recovery. Well, I hope Danny's getting better and hope to see you soon, Carol. Thank you so much. All right, Ocean's Pit, folks, let's not forget October 7th. Hardcore Italians and the Italian Sports Hall of Fame bring you Columbus Day Bocce Ball Tournament. It's going to be fun at the Casa Italiana in Stone Park. It's going to be, music, food, games, motorcycle show, car show, and of course the Oceanettes will be playing bocce. That's right. Danny Mazzi from Armando's Supermarkets on my team. Joey Spins, and the ace in the hole, Jimmy Marchese from River Cafe. That's our team, the Oceanettes. And you guys can be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Go to eventbrite.com. You'll see Ron Onesti there and everybody. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And I hope you guys can join us Saturday, October 7th, 8 a.m. in the morning. The games will begin. And don't forget also, folks, January 7th and January 14th, it's Chicago Music Cruise 2024. It's close. Less than 80 days till we're on this big cruise, folks. 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise, the Royal Caribbean's Wonders of the Sea. Florida, Bahamas, St. Martin, St. Thomas. Tony Ocean in the main event band, along with Mojo's Jukebox, and of course the ringleaders themselves. The dogs. Oh, the dogs. Yes. Anyway, Seventh Heaven. So I hope you guys, like I said, it's 5,000 people on this ship. And I think our group is over 500 people that are joining us in our group. So we're excited about that. And don't forget, a couple more days, October 1st, for the people that signed up, the final payment is due October 1st. So make sure you get with Mary at ntdvacations.com and make sure that is booked. Make sure that final payment is good. You don't want to miss this cruise, folks. And then once you people who already made the payment, and once you make your payment, let's not forget a couple other things you need to do. You need to book a hotel if you're going in the night before. And don't forget to book your shuttle, because the shuttle will take you from the hotel to the cruise ship. You don't want to miss that. And folks, the number one thing also is the drink package. People say, well, I don't drink. Well, then pay $24 for a bottle of water and juice and coffee. And you got to, it is what it is. It's with the times. When you go to these restaurants and they charge you $25 for a drink, it is what it is. What's the saying is, when in Rome, you're on vacation. You have fun. And that's what it's all about. We're going to have some music and fun and games. It's going to be good. Chicago Music Cruise. Go to chicagomusiccruise.com, or better yet, go to Mary at ntdvacations.com. Excuse me. All right, folks, let's get to a couple other sponsors. Ryan Lewis. Yes, my friend. How you doing, pal? I hope you're doing well. Let's get to another sponsor. Let's not forget our good buddies from Don Esteban Cigars. Rolling those cigars, hand rolled, sent right to your home. You got to love it, baby. Give my buddy Javier a call at 727-366-7536. And let's not forget Trico Hair Experts, recreating great hair days. Carmela and Anthony at 773-999-7888. That's Trico Hair Experts. Forget about the comb overs and the hats and the sprays. Oh, I fought for that for years. Get it done. It's going to be good. All right. So interesting stuff, folks. Also, don't forget, October 9th is a Columbus Day Parade. I want to thank our sponsors, the three major sponsors for our Columbus Day float this year. I'm proud and honored to have my own float again for the second year. I've been doing the Columbus Day float for many years when Ron Onesti first started it, and I did it with Ron for a lot of years. And then we moved to the Gulo International floats for many years. And then Ron, last year, since it was my 30th anniversary, he goes, why don't you come out your own float? And we did, and it was successful. But this year it's going to be even more successful. And again, I need to thank Mike and Gigi from Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair. For all your collision auto repair needs, go to crashchampions.com. I also want to thank Danny Mazzi from Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street, Elgin. Buy local, shop local. And my buddy Sal from Deutsch Power Center, Great Lakes, servicing the construction and diesel industry for the ladders. That's Deutsch Power Center. Google it, find out about it. It's all good stuff. And I'm excited for being on that float. And it's going to be a tribute to Dean Martin, this particular float. Memories are made of this, named after our show that's going to happen October 29th. Oh, yeah, wait till you see the prices of cars after the strike. My opinion, unions can destroy businesses. I saw it in the apparel industry. Well, you know what? You're going to have people fighting on it. I have a lot of people in the union, so I love my union friends, but I also, on the other side, understand what you people, Dennis, what you're talking about there. It makes a lot of sense. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, Friday. September 29th. And like I said, the Signature Room, the 95th. Oh, what a place that used to be. I remember it was the place that we'd go for special occasions. I even performed there on their jazz Sundays years ago. They had a great brunch on Sundays, and it was the place where you would bring your date. You know, that was the place. Ooh, it could have taken her to the Signature Room. Well, of course, the way everything is going in the city, people are probably not going there anymore. After 30 years, they're closing its doors. The Signature Room, the 95th floor. Another childhood place, another landmark in Chicago gone because of what's going on in the city and the economy and everything like that. So it's pretty sad to see that, folks. Also, I never met this lady, but she's a DJ in the Chicagoland area. It was posted all over Facebook a couple of days ago. Terry Bristol has passed away, so our prayers go out to the Bristol family and DJ Terry Bristol, folks. Guitar player, jazz guitar player Al Di Meola suffered a heart attack in Portugal in one of his shows. He's doing well, but like I said, a heart attack is not a thing to screw around with, folks. Another thing we're talking about, here's something that just came up to me, and we'll see what you guys think about it. You're not supposed to talk about politics, and you know we do talk about politics on the show, and whatever side you're on, whether you're Biden or Trump or whatever it is, you know, people want to talk about it. So you're in a group with people, some people that I know, my friends or my associates or business people or just friends or fans or people, whatever it is. People don't want to talk about it, but realize that sometimes you're sitting next to somebody that you might not know, that you might know for a long time. And so what's the difference if they know you talk about it and let them know what you feel or what side you're on than just sitting there not saying anything? So the person next to you, you don't know them, right? You don't know them. And I think it's wise to talk about it, you know, and you're going to lose some friends. It's crazy that people are losing friends and losing followers just because they like one side that you don't. It's like that if I'm a Cubs fan and you're a Sox fan, we're not going to talk to each other. I mean, Jerry Jams is a big diehard White Sox fan, and I'm a Yankee fan. Does that mean we don't like each other? That means we don't talk? So it's exactly the same thing. So even though people say they want to talk about it, and, you know, people that you might be hanging with, you might not know what their thoughts are, you know. But most of the friends that I know what side I'm on, and obviously you guys do from watching the show. So I don't know. I think go ahead and talk about it. You know, let's just make it a conversation. Don't let it ruin your friendship or your family, but enjoy it. You know. Hey, you guys, Shrek. You know, I've never seen the movie Shrek. I know it made a lot of money and a lot of people seen it. But what I found interesting, there's an Airbnb, the Shrek Swamp. Excuse me, Shrek Swamp. It's one of the houses that he lived in, and you could actually rent this exact one they used for the movie, I guess, in the Scottish Highlands in October 27th to the 29th. You can go to Scotland and actually rent the Airbnb, which I think is kind of cool. I mean, I don't really care about Shrek, but I just love that kind of stuff, especially in Scotland, which is on my bucket list, which I never got to go to, but I want to get there someday. And Ireland too, I'd like to go there. But that's kind of cool. I don't know what that would cost to be into, but if you're in the Scotland area, Airbnb, go ahead and sleep and hang out where Shrek hung out. It's amazing some of the stuff that you can get. Today is also World Gorilla Day, and you know gorillas and chimpanzees are my favorite animals next to dogs. And I love those. Also, today is National Drink Beer Day. For all you beer drinkers out there, have a cocktail. Enjoy, have a beer, have one or two, whatever it is. Happy National Beer Day. We lost another great actor. Michael Gambon dies at the age of 82 years old. He was in the Harry Potter movies. He also played in a lot of other great movies. He's a British actor. Michael Gambon passed away at the age of 82 years old. I want to wish a happy 26-year anniversary. My buddy Lou Bellotti, great photographer, him and his lovely wife. I want to make sure I pronounce this right, Bozina. Happy 26 years to you guys, and congratulations, Lou Bellotti, great guy, a great photographer, does all the pictures and photos for Ron Onesti at the theaters. Lou, one great guy. I love these stories, man. A 102-year-old man has been driving the same car, a 1928 Rolls Royce, for the last 77 years. This guy's been driving the same car for 77 years, and he's 102 years old, and it's a 1928 Rolls Royce. This guy, you gotta love it, man. People that keep their hobbies, and here's a guy that's still driving it, cleans it, takes care of it to go that long. That is amazing. I heard a crazy story, folks. You hear about this? I didn't do too much investigating in it because I want to get a little bit more details about it. But Cher accused of hiring 4 men to kidnap her adult son. Have you heard about this? I don't know much details about it. I was going to cover it with Laura on the show because she's a big Cher fan, and Laura couldn't be here this past Thursday because of being with Mama D at hospice there. But interesting story. Has anybody else read about this? Cher accused of hiring 4 men to kidnap her adult son, almost like a setup, almost like they said that Frank Sinatra Jr. did to get his father's attention, which we found out that was completely wrong when he got kidnapped. Interesting story. I like to find out where the story's going with that. With Cher accused of hiring 4 men to kidnap her adult son. We're talking about Cher, the icon Cher. Seek respect, not attention. It lasts longer. Walk into a room. Get to the point where you can walk into a room and not have to be introduced. That takes a lot of hard work. But you want to get respected by someone. Respect is the most important thing. And look, we all screw up. It happens. But mostly try to keep the respect because it's better than attention. It does definitely last longer. That is for sure, folks. And I love animal stories. You guys know how much I love Almost Home Foundation, where I walk dogs every Tuesday. But all animals in general, I'm crazy about. I love it. Every year, listen to this story. These animal stories just get me in the heart, man. Every year, a rescued penguin, swims 5,000 miles to reunite with his old man who saved him. Now, here's what I don't get. I don't even know the name of the penguin. Obviously, they go from him, but the guy's name was Joa, and Dimon is the penguin. He had all the oil on him, and he saved him, and he let him go. And this penguin actually swims back 5,000 miles every year to reunite with him. You hear those stories with dogs and animals that they love their owners. This wasn't their owner. This guy just saved his life. I think that is so cool, these stories about animals. 33 years ago today, folks, Goodfellas was released. Martin Scorsese, Ray Liotta, Joe Pesci, Paul Sorvino, Robert De Niro. Of course, Ray Liotta playing the great gangster Henry Hill. Of course, everybody's gone. De Niro, I think, is the only one that's left. I think everybody else is gone, passed away. Oh, Joe Pesci's still alive. What a great movie. I can watch Goodfellas over and over and over, and I'll never get sick of that movie. Baseball, Chicago Cubs. We know the Sox are out of it. We know my Yankees are out of it. But the Cubs, for them to get into that wild card, they need to win the next 3 games. Ain't going to happen, folks. It's not going to happen. Ross has got to go. That whole team needs to be torn apart. Everybody's leaving next year. Two of the main guys are leaving because their contract's up, I guess. But interesting stuff. 3 more games. They need to win all 3 games for all you Chicago Cub fans. Another year of, we'll rebuild. Wait till next year. Tony Bisek, drummer in the Chicagoland area, sent this in. I recently bought a new toilet brush. Long story short, I switched back to toilet paper. I love the stuff he sends because it always makes me smile for the day. Mick Jagger on the Rolling Stones. New record, Hackney Diamonds. They haven't put out a real studio record, I guess since 2005. They put out records, but they've been they had a blues record, or 2015, something like that. But this is one of the very first all original new Rolling Stones music. The song Angry is really cool. They have a new one with Paul McCartney, I think, one with Lady Gaga, which is like 7 minutes long. But the Stones, man, you got to love them. And here's a quote: the Rolling Stones might donate their whole back catalog to a certain charity. They said that my kids don't need a $500 million to live on. Obviously, his kids are already pretty rich. That Mick doesn't think his kids need $5 million more once he passes away. To donate the Rolling Stones back catalog to charity would be a great thing for the charity, a great cause, because that's going to bring in a lot of money. Mick Jagger's 80 years old, folks. He has a 6-year-old son. And for him to say that my kids don't need $500 million, that means those kids are already how loaded how many times. But for the Rolling Stones, it's always been a class act. Ronnie Wood, Keith Richards, of course, and Mick. Daryl Jones has been with the band for a long time, and Steve Jordan on drums, who took over for the great late Charlie Watts. But that's pretty cool to hear about the Rolling Stones donating their back catalog to charity. Interesting stuff. All right, folks, we got birthdays in the house, so let's get right to it. Tommy Bam Bam Burke, my good buddy from the band, drummer in our band Dream Police, celebrates a birthday today. Hilary Duff, actress, 36 years old. Mark Farner, the lead singer, the creator of Grand Funk Railroad, 75 years old. Greg Morris, one of the actors from Mission Impossible, the original TV show, celebrates a birthday. Robert Conrad, another great actor, played Matt Dillon in the original Gunsmoke. Very cool. George Lynch, great guitar player from Lynch Mob, and of course Dokken, celebrating a birthday. You gotta love it. Nick St. Nichols from the band Steppenwolf celebrates a birthday. Paul Berger from the band 10cc. The things we do for love. Oh, I'm not in love. Don't forget it. Yeah, 10cc. Gotta love it. Benny King, Stand By Me, celebrates his birthday. Jill Wellman, if you're listening from Arizona or Indiana, wherever you're at, happy belated birthday to your father. And your granddaughter, Kaylee, turned 16 years old this past day. Very cool. Oh, my God. Naomi Watts from the movie King Kong celebrates a birthday. Sweetness, Walter Payton, from former Chicago Bears 1985 Super Bowl champ Walter Payton. My good friend from the Carnival, Bill Marovitz, celebrates a birthday today. Happy birthday, Bill. And we're going back to the Carnival later on this fall or in the winter time. We'll be there performing back there again. So happy birthday, Bill. A couple other dates coming up, folks. Don't forget now, October 21st. The 22nd will be at Nashville, Tennessee, at the Josie Awards at the Grand Ole Opry. Ocean's Pit was nominated again. I won last year, but I'm just honored to be nominated again for Internet Show at the Grand Ole Opry. We'll be there October 22nd. And then also Ocean's Rat Pack, my other group, is nominated for Tribute Artist. Ronnie B. also, Nick Hodges. So it's going to be a great time in Nashville for the Josie Awards. See if I can take home the gold again, which would be very cool. But if not, I'm just happy to be there, be nominated with my friends and other musicians. So it's a good thing. I'm looking forward to that, folks. Don't forget, Columbus Day Parade will happen Monday, October 9th. It's supposed to be nice weather, supposedly, so I'm looking forward to that. Back in the clubs again, October 5th will be at Zaza's in Lake Barrington, and October 7th, returning to Norton's in Highland Park, one of my favorite places to play in Highland Park. So I'm excited. Let's go to headlines. Diddy-to-do. Carol D'Amato says, don't forget, tomorrow is National 7th Cousin to Your 3rd Cousin Baby Daddy Mama Day. Of course, probably fake. But who knows, people they come up with these days. All right, toddler. And these crazy stories that are happening, man. You can't even turn anything on and get any good stories. And that's why I come up with animal stories and stuff that are good. Toddler and 2 adults fatally shot in Florida during an argument over a dog sale. Over selling a dog. People are just guns and killing just for nothing now. It's just for anything. Don't like something I say? CNN, a woman died after falling more than 100 feet from a waterfall overlook in the Blue Ridge Parkway in North Carolina. Those waterfalls are beautiful to look at, but don't get too close. This lady slipped, and that's it. I mean, and I love waterfalls. I hear horrible to hear stories like that. Judy Bentley sent this in, and I love this. This should be on every T-shirt. Whatever you do today, do it with confidence of a 4-year-old in your Batman T-shirt. That's a positive quote for the day. I love it. Love this stuff coming in. Robin Williams, one of the great comic actors. He was also a very dramatic actor, too, a very good actor. He's did a lot more than just Mork and Mindy, folks. Robin Williams is definitely a big loss in the Hollywood world. But here's something he said. Usually, when Robin Williams made a movie, he got $8 million. But he played the genie in Aladdin for only $75,000, rather than his typical fee of $8 million for his role as genie in Aladdin. And the reason why he did it because he wanted to leave something wonderful behind for his children. So that's very cool. His children will always remember Genie and see the Aladdin and think of his father, of their father, which I think that's very, very classy of the late, great Robin Williams. All right, here are some questions that have been asked to me from people. So I put it all down and I'm going to answer yes or no. Here they are. Questions that people sent in. Sisters. I have one real sister, and I have my stepsister, Natalie, my sister, Tanya, one sister. Surgeries. I've never had any surgeries whatsoever. Well, maybe one, I broke my leg. Oh, one day when I was a kid, I cracked my head open. So two surgeries. Tattoos, maybe I got 4. People ask me 4. Been to any islands? Yes, been to a lot of islands. Flown on a plane? Many times. Rode in an ambulance? 3 or 4 times, yes. Sang karaoke, yes. Ice skating, once, never did it again, almost killed myself. Been on a cruise, yes, many times. Rode a motorcycle, never. Won't, too dangerous. Owned a motorcycle, no. I sat on one. Rode a horse, yes. But when I ride horses, even though I love horses very much, I don't like the gallop part because I get, so if I ever get to one of those riding stables, I get the biggest horse, but I get the slowest and the oldest. So we can just trot along and I can just enjoy it, say that I rode a horse. So that's cool. Favorite day? Wow. I don't know. I like Mondays. I like Sundays. So yeah. Favorite color? Blue or black? That's my favorite color. Last phone call. My last phone call I made today was with Danny Mazzi from Armando Supermarkets. We're trying to do some practicing for the bocce tournament that we got. So Danny Mazzi was my last phone call I took. Beer or liquor? Well, you guys know the answer. It's liquor. I'm not much of a beer guy. Favorite pie? Pumpkin pie I like. Yeah, pumpkin pie. Favorite pizza? Sausage and giardiniera. Favorite pizza. Cat or dogs? Dogs, you know how much I love. Cats, I'm allergic to, so forget the cats. Favorite holiday? Christmas, absolutely. Favorite sport? Well, it's either baseball, football, wrestling, because I love it. It's still sports entertainment. I still love my wrestling. Anyway, that's just some of the questions you guys asked, and I got you the answers and given it to you as honest as I could. You're watching Ocean's Pit. This is from News Nation. Las Vegas woman received ashes. Learned beloved dog was not cremated. Body sitting in a freezer. So a lady, dog passed away, got it cremated. They give you the urn thing. You take it home. It's up on your shelf somewhere, wherever you keep it. Well, obviously, it wasn't her dog. They found her dog actually stiffed in a freezer. I would be really pissed off at that, folks. I don't know about you, but I would definitely be pissed off at that. Absolutely. Jimmy Parker, a great singer from Nashville. He's also going to be part of the Josie Awards. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. I think I got it right this time, right, Jimmy? Great country song that he just put out. Got to listen to it. I didn't know this myself, and I didn't think about it till it just came up. I can't believe the networks will not show the playing of the national anthem before the NFL games anymore. Am I just seeing that, or am I crazy? Do they still do the national anthem so we can actually see it on the network television? I don't know. I know they do it at the Super Bowl, uh, but I know that there's coaches now that got rid of players who told them they couldn't play the game because they were kneeling, they weren't standing up during the national anthem. But can anybody answer who's watching right now? Do they still play the national anthem? Can you still see it when they play the games? And they do show it on the network television? According to Jimmy Parker, they don't anymore, which I find that's really disrespectful and very odd. I didn't know that. Ride a horse, save a cowboy. There you go. Pee in the shower. Ah, that one wasn't on the list there. I think I did it. Might have did it a couple times. There you go, boy. uh, they don't show national anthem. Dallas Cowboys could suspend a player for kneeling, and Green Bay did it too. Yeah, so there you go. So they do not. How sad is this that the national anthem is not shown at sports events anymore? I want to see it. You know they're going to do it at the Super Bowl, which is very hypocritical. Our mayor of Chicago, he's been in office now, what, 4 months, 5 months? Listen to this. So far, with our mayor in office, shots and killed. Now, this is the last 4 mayors. Let's put it this way. Brandon, Lori Lightfoot, and Rahm. Okay? So, since Rahm, let's start off with Rahm, was 199 people shot and killed when he was mayor. Lori Lightfoot, 186. With the new mayor, Brandon, 217 people have been shot and killed. Shot and wounded, when Rahm was mayor, 1,096. Lori Lightfoot, 1,024. With this new mayor, 1,061. Total shot with Rahm, 1,295. With Lori Lightfoot, 1,210. And 1,227. Now, these are just in the first 4 months when these mayors were in office, including our new mayor, Brandon. Total homicides, 226 with Rahm, 209 with Lori Lightfoot, 247 with Brandon. Robberies, 3,345 with Rahm in the first 4 months, 2,765 with Lori Lightfoot, and 3,415 with Brandon. That's robberies. Carjackings, 443 with Brandon. Cars stolen, 9,977 cars have been stolen in the last 4 months. Burglaries, 2,472 in the last 4 months with our new mayor. Ridiculous. Unbelievable in our city of Chicago. So, Alan Williams, defensive coach formerly for the Bears. He retired or he took a leave because supposedly he wants to spend time with his family. Well, Adam Schefter from ESPN, folks, the reason Alan Williams resigns as defense coordinator of Chicago Bears is because of inappropriate activity at the Bears headquarters was involved. So he did something he's not supposed to do. Improper behavior. That's why he's not with the Chicago Bears anymore, folks. According to Adam Schefter, folks, and he's very reliable with ESPN. Wow. Another coach, Coach Mike McCarthy, suspends player for kneeling during the national anthem, too. Michael McCarthy, former coach of the Green Bay Packers. National parks. I don't know how many guys go to national parks. I've only been to a few. Hard to swallow our city, right, Mark? And you remember, Albert, we don't live in the city. I don't care to. So that's just me. Kathy, yes, the Chicago Bears do suck. And yes, the Bears try to cover it up, just like they did with Q, with the Chicago Blackhawks, with the coach upstairs with the player during the Stanley Cup. And they don't want to make any hems at all. It's just Just like Penn State, everybody wants to cover everything up. Eventually it comes up to the top, folks. You can't. Danny Ramonde, what's up, buddy? How you doing? National parks. Here's the top 10 national parks. I don't know how many guys and gals that are watching today have been to national parks, but I love it, man. Number 10, Glacier. Number 5, number 9. Number 1 is Smoky Mountains, obviously. Grand Canyon, number 2. Zion. Rocky Mountains is number 4. Yosemite, number 6. Yellowstone, number 7. I want to get to all these national parks. Another thing on my bucket list, Joseph Scalise, my good buddy from Florida, says, life doesn't change, but people do. Learn to accept that not everybody is who you thought you knew. That happens in life, folks. That happens in life. You know somebody for so long, but things change, circumstances change, things change, people change, It is what it is. Salute, everybody. All right, folks, I want you an honest. You guys are always very honest with me, I notice, with your answers. Here's one that I want you guys to be completely honest with me. If someone gave you $5,000 a week for the rest of your life, but the flip side is you can't talk to any of your siblings for 15 years. I'm asking every single one of you, Nina, Mark, Danny, Dennis, Albert, Kathy, Jerry, everybody. They're going to give you $5,000 a week for the rest of your life, but you can't talk to your siblings for 15 years. Jerry says no. Katie says no. Don't want the $5,000. Kathy Splacho, my dear friend from Arizona, how you doing? Robert the General says no. All right. I would not either. I'd want to speak to my siblings. I want to speak to my family. Tony Toto says no. Dennis, no, there's no price for that. Jerry said I do it for free. Laugh. All right. Patrice says no. Danny says no. I don't think you can get anybody that's going to say yes. Pina says no. $5,000 a week for the rest of your life, but you can't talk to your siblings for 15 years. And so far, everybody says no. Kathy says you can't buy happiness. Yeah, it's a complete wash. It's a complete. So not one of you has said yes. But on the actual Facebook post, it'd be Michael, which sibling? You can't talk to any of your siblings, Michael, for 15 years, but we're going to give $1,000 a week for the rest of your life. Now, Albert says not a good deal either. Yeah, it's. I would love to see a guy that actually says yes. But remember, you have to have siblings. If you don't have any siblings, it doesn't count. You won't get the money. Biden would take the money. There you go, Dennis. Oh, it's a good afternoon, folks. Yeah, interesting. All right, all you guys that drive a Hyundai or a Kia, they're recalling nearly 3.4 million vehicles due to fire risk and urge owners to keep your cars parked outdoors and not in your garage because the car can blow up and there goes your house. So this is Hyundai and Kia recalling 3.4 million vehicles due to fire risk and urge owners to park outdoors. Wow. A lot of recalls, folks. And I love this quote. If my friend has a tax business, that's who's filing my taxes. If my friend has a barber shop, that's where I'm getting my hair cut. If my friend sells cars, that's where I'm buying my car from. It might be better prices out there, but I'm supporting my friends, helping them build. We all gonna make it. I always think that's a great thing. You have your friends, you use your friends. You go to their businesses, get them busy. That's what it is. That's what it is. And one thing I can't stand when people say, man, you're lucky. You doing this for a living. You're doing this. Let me tell you something, or any of you people who work hard at your jobs or your hobbies or stuff that you've accomplished through the years. And when people come up to you and say, man, you're lucky. Let me tell you something. Never call me lucky. I prayed, I sacrificed, I worked hard for me and my family. You're not lucky. You have to work hard for all that stuff, folks. Very, very important. Here's a good news. CBS, first police officer to compete in the Miss USA pageant, will represent Arizona on national TV on September 29th, which was actually, this Friday. So CBS police officer crowned Miss Arizona. Now she's competing for Miss USA pageant. Very cool. Good looking cop. Very cool. Congratulations. Here's a story. When I hear these kind of stories, it just kills me. Tennessee couple, married 69 years, spent their last moments together holding hands in the hospital before they passed away, according to People magazine. If you want to go next to your loved one. Going together, wow. That's a sad thing. It's a good thing, but sad thing. Tony Bastone out there is a great entertainer in the Chicagoland area. He plays with Daryl Armstead. He's a musician. Congratulations to your nephew, Ethan. He's going to make the USA team. Very, very cool. And next up is Australia. So he made the USA Water Ski Show team. Congratulations. He's from Wisconsin, hometown of Twin Lakes, Wisconsin. So, Tony, congratulations to your nephew, Nathan. Great job, buddy. Keep it America. Rebecca McDonald. I just want to apologize to people I called old at 50 when I was 18. We all did it. Oh, you're old. 50 is not old, folks. 70 is not old. 80 is not old. Life is not guaranteed. You're absolutely right, Dennis. Think about it. It's not old. It's only in your mind you're old, folks. Only in your mind. City of Chicago, folks, 27 buses carrying migrants arrived in Chicago since Saturday. The city moves forward with a tent plan. Now, this is since last Saturday, folks, 27 buses. The number of asylum seekers in Chicago has surpassed 15,000 as hundreds of new migrants have arrived in the city over the last week. 27 buses. When do you think that the city's enough and they start coming to the suburbs, folks? When do you think? That's not that far away. It took over New York already. 27 buses. Tony Bisek says scientists invent a bracelet that gives you electric shock every time a person curses. Holy cow, would I be in trouble. Just me in traffic alone. I curse every day. My friend Gail from the south side of Chicago says, pulled a nose hair out today to see if it hurt. Judging by the reaction of the man sleeping next to me on the bus, it seems pretty painful. Oh, that's a good joke. That's going to make me smile today. All right, here we go. According to The Insider, an influencer who live streamed herself laughing at crowds looting stores in Philadelphia has been charged with 6 felonies. Now, who in their right mind are seeing these looting and you see all this stuff going on, you're showing it on video, you're going live, and then you're laughing and pointing and think this is funny when people are looting? The places that are losing their businesses and damaging, some people even getting hurt. That's not a funny matter to be putting on video and laughing and showing it to everybody. What's wrong with you people? Some of these people are whacked. Completely whacked. Oh, Disney World in trouble again. A couple who visited Disney World's water parks for what's supposed to be a joyous 30th birthday celebration has filed a lawsuit alleging the trip was ruined by an extremely painful wedgie. How many people have had wedgies? We've all had. During a 2019 visit to Typhoon Lagoon, Lagoon in Orlando's Walt Disney World Resort, Emma McGinnis says her and her daughter and her mom took a ride on the Humunga Kabunga, a 200-foot water slide in which riders plunged down 5 stories in the dark before shooting into a pool of water. Okay. At the top of the slide, riders are instructed to cross their legs at the ankles. Riders are not told why their ankles need to be crossed, the importance of doing so, or the risks of injury if one ankles become uncrossed. The suit filed by McGinnis and her husband, Edward. NARA riders informed us the force of the water in the pool can push loose garments into a person's anatomy. Event known as the wedgie. The suit continues. Because of women's anatomy makes sense. The risk of painful wedgie is more common and more serious than if it's to a man. Lawsuit. Remember I mentioned a couple days ago about a flight attendant American Airlines found dead in the hotel room? Look at this, folks. Not only was she found dead, but she was found with a sock in her mouth. She was a 66-year-old flight attendant woman from American Airlines, found dead in a hotel. Not only dead, but with a sock in her mouth. Usually that's a sign of rat gabbing, or they cut their tongue out. They put a sock in her mouth. Probably keep her from yelling, I guess. Are you wine drinkers? Does your California red wine taste like an ashtray? Okay, I'm not a wine drinker, folks. So, wondering if you guys are wondering. The U.S. government is funding the research with millions of dollars. Wineries are also taking steps to protect their product and brand. Of course, because of the wildfires, some of this stuff gets into the grapes and the stuff, and that's why your wine starts tasting like an ashtray. Wow. Interesting stuff you're learning today here at Ocean's Pit as we're coming down to the last 10 minutes. Jeff Sanderson, great guy, does a lot of work for the Septemberfest in Schaumburg. So, as a Chicago sports fan, this is what I see. White Sox were brutal and don't see it getting any better with the changes. Cubs better than anticipated, but their season is over. Played like crap the last month and won't be better next year. Bears done. Owners, GM, coaches, players are terrible. How the Lions draft 4 players making contributions and the Bears none. Bulls did nothing, might make the playoffs, but will lose in the first round. You can include the Sky, a couple nice seasons with Candace. Fire, Red Stars are going nowhere. So 7 out of the 8 Chicago professional teams are bad and not promising. Lastly, maybe the only glimmer of hope is the Blackhawks. True. Everything that Jeff just said makes a lot of sense, folks. Wow. Interesting stuff. All right, last question of the day, folks. Well, you know what? This question is too good to waste for the last 5 minutes. I'm going to hold off. When fishing without a license is more criminal than being an illegal alien, it's time to replace our government, folks. They will arrest you without a fishing license. They will take your license. They will take your fishing gear. They will take your fishing gear. They can even take your boat in some cases. They will take all your equipment. That is more serious of a crime than if you're a migrant. Migrant coming into. Wow. And last but not least. Now, why do they have to say this? First of all, it's singer Barry Manilow. He's set to record having the longest running show at the Westgate Resort Casino in Las Vegas, surpassing the mark held by Elvis Presley. September 23rd was declared Barry Manilow Day in Las Vegas. So, award-winning Barry Manilow has set the record for having the longest-running show in the Westgate Casino in Las Vegas, surpassing Elvis. Okay. Manilow was born in Brooklyn. Last performed 637 shows at the Westgate, and he started the run in 1985. Presley began his own residency, then called the International Hotel in 1966 and performed a total of 636 sold-out shows. Okay, well, also, Barry Manilow lasted a hell of a lot more years than Elvis Presley did. So if Elvis was still alive, he might have been doing the same amount of shows as Barry Manilow. The only thing I didn't like about the headline Now, usually the headline should just say, Barry Manilow has broke the record. But here's how they started off. Jewish singer Barry Manilow has record of the longest running show. Jewish singer Barry Manilow? Why? Who cares what his religion is or his faith is? It's Barry Manilow. But the first, that's the top thing on the list. Look, Jewish singer Barry Manilow. So if it was an African American, an Italian singer, I mean, come on. It's Barry Manilow, man. I don't care what he is. You never realize how long a minute is until you're exercising. Great way to leave you guys there. That's a great quote. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. It's Friday, September 29th, and I want to thank you all for watching the show today. And I hope you had some laughs. I hope I made you laugh a little bit, and I hope you get ready for a great weekend. Tonight we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse in Schaumburg with Jerry Jams. 8 o'clock tomorrow, Taverna on Division, outside patio, 8 o'clock with Double T, Tony Toto. It's going to be a lot of fun, folks. Our good friends, let's get right. Where did the month go, Mark? Angelo from Steubenville, Ohio. Albert, the editor, is a moron. You hit it right on the spot, brother. Right? The most stupidest thing. Jewish guy doesn't make a difference. Dumb. Anyway, folks, let's thank our sponsors. Again, one more, our good buddies of Ace Hardware, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, and Norridge. Folks, take advantage of the auto key program in all their stores. They program the car cut keys at up to 50% less than the dealership. Visit our helpful hub to speak to a certified team member. Download the Ace Rewards app. Easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Remember, Ace, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends of Ace. Don't forget to get your tickets for Dean Martin Tribute Show, starring you-know-who, yours truly. Memories are made of this Sunday, October 29th at the Des Plaines Theater. Produced by Ron Onesti. Stories, songs, special guests, backed by Big St. Nick's Big Band. Nick Sahajas' Big Band. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oshows.com. That show starts at 3 o'clock, Sunday, October 29th. Guys, go out and have a little fun. Have a great weekend, everybody. Now, we're coming back on Monday, but Monday we'll be live from New Buffalo, Michigan. Doing a little fishing. We're going live Monday from New Buffalo. So, have a great weekend. Enjoy, go out and support local establishments and live entertainment. Be kind to everybody out there, folks. It's a tough world, so let's try to make it a good one, everybody. The great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. Love you all. Mama D, I love you. Get better. Guys, Nick Sahajas.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great